職様にですか？
ああ。魔物の討伐なら慣れているからな。
なるほど、それは頼もしいですね。
頼もしいか、知らんがな。何か食べたいものはないか。
Fall anime, fall anime, fall anime. What's going on, my friend? We have just finished watching Past the Monster Meet Milady. And here's the deal. This one was on the top of my list as we went through all of the different anime that are coming out this season. This one ended up being one that was like, yes, this seems like my type of show. And after watching it, it is and isn't at the same time. There are some good qualities. There are some things that I kind of want to see a little bit more of. And there's some things that I didn't like. So what I will say, and let me put it up front here, if you would like to see me continue this anime, let's say you really liked it, let me know in the comments below. And let me know if this is one that you want to see and partake with me each week. And of course, if it is, I'll cover it every single week and we'll talk about it. But here are the things I liked about the episode. I like the two things. I like one, I feel like we're not going to waste a lot of time with Malfuria and with the Duke. I think his name is Duke Artside, something like that. I don't think we're going to waste a lot of time with them getting together. I think that they'll probably end up being engaged pretty quickly. And they'll probably end up having a lot of flirtatious moments and stuff with them being engaged. I also really like that there was a couple of moments that the main character in Malfuria really showed her personality and kind of her disgust for the nobles and how, you know, she kind of just let her personality shine a little bit. And because of that, there were kind of like some comedic moments that happened in the show as well, too. So I like that. I also think it's really cute and adorable. I think the art style really nails like a this is derived from a web novel or a web manga. So it's derived from a web manga, which just means like it's internet only essentially. Like it would have been posted on like Tappy-Toon or something like that. And because of that, I think the art style really looks like a webtoon. And I think that's a good thing because it allows more expressiveness and more reactionary stuff when it comes to the characters. So I actually really like that. Now, for the things I didn't quite like, I felt like the show moved a little too fast. And normally that's not a big deal because, you know, I kind of don't want to waste a lot of time getting into relationship stuff when it comes to some of these romance anime. I really don't want to kind of waste a lot of time. But I did kind of feel like we kind of skipped this step because pretty much Malfuria went to a Duke's or like a Noble's gathering. She went there and she was like, okay, I need to find a fiance because my parents are basically like, they're stressing me about finding somebody. She has a weird reputation because she's a monster meat eater. So that's taboo apparently. And she goes to save somebody because this banquet gets attacked by a monster. And she goes to save somebody and she ends up almost getting attacked by this beast that frankly she wants to eat. Which, you know, again, it's a funny moment. And she gets saved by the Duke. But then, you know, they kind of move pretty quickly. You know, he saves her, he catches her, he touches her hand, he takes her back to her camp. They share a couple flirtatious moments. I just felt like it was too convenient the way that they happened. And I would say that when it comes to two characters kind of falling in love or meeting for the first time, it's kind of lower on the totem pole. Like I didn't really feel, I don't know. It's hard to put it into words, but there was something missing. Like I just didn't feel like, oh my gosh, like, oh, that was so cute. Like, you know, it kind of felt like they just kind of fell in place, where is why I used the word convenient. So it didn't really like impress me the way that they met for the first time. And yeah, I don't know. There's just something missing. Then, you know, the episode goes on and, you know, she lets him try monster meat for the first time. He really loved it. She cries, you know, because she's always been misunderstood. And she's like, I think I found somebody who kind of understands me. And on the opposite end, the Duke is seeing somebody who's like, oh, she's not weirded out by monsters. And I'm not this evil being or this crazy person to her. You know, I'm somebody who, you know, slays monsters because that's kind of my job, and she's not icked out by that. And he's like, and she actually really likes, she likes the study of monsters and their habitat, that she knows about, you know, what they do well and how they're poisonous and how they can blah, 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 blah. She likes to eat them. So that's very interesting to him. So I can see that point. I'll go back to just saying it felt like something was missing. So overall, I would say this is a 6 out of 10. I don't think it really impressed me. I felt like there was just some, like, 1 or 2 things missing from this show. I felt like it was a little faster paced. And just the meeting of the 2 characters, I just didn't feel satisfied with, you know? And again, I want to go back to saying it wasn't bad. It wasn't unwatchable. It was just as a first impression, right? Because you can never make another first impression. You know, your first impression is what it is. And that includes when it comes to shows and watching episode 1 for the first time. I'm a big believer that episode 1 is like the make it or break it for all anime. And that's people make a decision to come back again or give it more episodes or give it another try based off episode 1. And I just don't know if I feel like based on what I saw, I'll be real, I don't think I want to come back for an episode 2. I think I'm just like, maybe I'll watch this at the end of the season. But like I said, let me know in the comments, because if you guys feel like, no, you know, Don Dom, I've read it, this is something good, you need to watch it, let me know that in the comments. If you're like, oh no, I actually really liked it too, let me know in the comments, let me know the positivity. On the opposite side, if this video doesn't get a lot of views, or like, you know, I see comments of like, yeah, I wasn't feeling it either, like people who are kind of feeling the same vibe as me, let me know down in the comments, my friends, because then I'm just not going to cover it. But I do think that there's something here, but I just don't know if it's enough. And then it also focuses on gourmet, but I've been duped a couple of times this past couple of seasons on gourmet anime. They just haven't really dove into gourmet. They just happen to be also, they happen to have food as well, but they haven't really dove deep like Campfire Cooking in Another World, where it's like, oh, the food was really a big part of the anime. A lot of other gourmet animes haven't done that, you know, and I don't need Food Wars, you know, level of gourmet, but I definitely do, like, if they want to focus the food, I definitely want the food to be a focus. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys, my friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. More fall anime is on the way. There's tons more that's coming out every single day, and there's tons more that I'm going to make at least one video out of. And yeah, I'm interested to see by the end of the first couple of weeks of the season, what our mixture of anime we're covering every week are going to end up being. So yeah, one love, y'all. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.